Namaste, Marcus here again. I recently had an interaction with star beings. I can't remember who, to be honest, at this moment. So basically, the message was telling us, and it's a wise saying when people like myself and others say, it's not about the final destination as much as the journey. It's the journey that's important. We strive often in life looking for a final destination, trying to be rich, trying to be married, trying to have a family, trying to be a business owner, whatever these things we strive for in our physical lives, we tend to, and spiritual lives actually, because a lot of people are thinking this way in the spiritual sense as well. Although, as I've always said, everything we do physically is our spiritual journey. Everything we do whilst we're alive here is our spiritual journey. There's no separation. And what I was told and what they implied was, at times, it's like a tightrope. And so we are moving our feet along the tightrope on our journey. And sometimes it slows us down. And it's a bit like the leaf in the river that we've talked about in Being in Your Flow. If you don't know what I'm talking about, have a look at the Being in Your Flow videos. When we're in our flow, not the flow, your flow, when you're in your flow, then everything that transpires is to make you who you need to be. It's never wrong if you're in your flow. And so our life's journey is often moving along a tightrope at times where we think, oh, I better slow down because I need to stop or move slower because it's dangerous ahead. I might slip. And this is not stupid. It's probably quite wise, but it doesn't mean there's something wrong. It's like the leaf on the river. It's so you can take in more of your ambience, whether it's spiritual, as we call it, ambience, or physical ambience, whether we're noticing a person or an animal or a being or an existence or a feeling. Sometimes it's a feeling. Whether we're noticing that because we're pausing and going slower, because we're moving much slower than we were previously. We've been able to notice these events as they're happening. And often in life, I've guided people when they've said, oh, I've had this terrible flu and I've been stuck at home and I can't do anything. I've just had to stay at home reading and that's it, watching a bit of telly. And I usually would say to them, well, maybe this is so that you can rest. Maybe it's so you can look for that book that you've been after for years that you keep putting on the bookshelf but never read. Maybe it's so you can really take on board the teachings you wish to take on board, but never had the time because you were so busy running around here, there, and everywhere. Or maybe it's because you've been so busy helping everyone else, you haven't had time to study yourself or to look at yourself or to spend time on yourself. It's a common thing, and I have often pulled this up to guide others because it's a common event for us that we will often look outside of ourselves for things to do because, and I've done it myself, that's how I know, because we don't want to do our own work, our own inner work, our own work that helps us move on to who we need to be. We look always, not we, sometimes people do that. They're constantly looking outside to help others rather than face the help they need themselves. It's not a bad thing, but it's just the way it is. Good name for a website. Way it is. That is the way it is. So our journey is often like this. We're moving along at rapid pace, going bing, 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 bing. I must do this, and I'm doing this, and I'm reaching my spiritual attainment, and I'm doing all these courses, and I'm learning this, and this is fantastic. And one day I'm going to reach nirvana, and isn't this incredible? And I'm going to tell everyone in the world how they can do this and how they can gain. I've been there, I've done that. I've done spiritual pursuits that make me want to shout to the world, oh, you must do this. This is the best thing ever. This is the best thing I've ever seen. Because you want to help others. It's a normal thing for good people to want to do, help others. But at the same time, you're not really moving in the direction you should be. You're not really in your flow when you're going outside like that as much. So that tightrope is all about that. It's all about slowing you down, taking in the scenery, listening to your thoughts more. When we're busy, we don't stop and think, what does that mean? Why am I being given this? You know, it's easy to go on the internet nowadays and Google it, as we call it, search for the answer. We should really, me included, we should really just be searching here. And when I say here, I don't mean the brain. I mean inside us. Because we know everything that we need to know. We have the answers to everything we need answers to. But it's much easier for us to Google it and think that's the right answer. Because we're used to doing that. Sit, be at peace, be in the oneness, be in that now moment and just listen. This is the guidance I've given a lot lately. And this is something Karen and I do a lot. We just sit in the silence and let in what needs to come. This is what it's like when we're guided by others. We just let them come in and tell us what we need to know, or what they feel we need to know, or what we are feeling we need to know. Be in your heart. Stay in your heart. Stay in your joy. And try and put that vibration out wherever you go. If it's possible, be in your heart all the time. And radiate that love for the world, for others, for the universe, for all beings, animalistic, humanistic, any beings, whatever nature they are, whatever dimension they're from. We radiate love. Is the way forward if you want to approach what we refer to as God, the oneness, source. This is how we really do it. Many teachers have said this, and this is all we need to do. Stay in the stillness, stay in the oneness, as best you can. No matter what you're doing, try and do it. Try and be in that oneness. Be in your heart. That is the best advice to help you to stay in the oneness. Namaste. Till next time, thank you for listening.